DEI Deconstructed, Your No-Nonsense Guide to Doing the Work and Doing It Right by Zheng Book Review. Hello friends, today I am going to review the book DEI Deconstructed, Your No-Nonsense Guide to Doing the Work and Doing It Right by Zheng. The sprawling DEI industrial complex has largely failed to deliver. Decades of efforts by an army of diversity, equity and inclusion, DEI consultants and trainers, and billions of dollars spent each year, have resulted in some feel-good vibes and increased awareness, but few measurable results or proven business impacts, at least in proportion to the money spent. Even the basic aims of DEI, equal racial and gender representation throughout the corporate ranks, have failed significantly. And in some cases, DEI training aimed at exposing unconscious bias and racism has led to polarized feelings and worsened outcomes. Many of the fundamental tenets of DEI are now being questioned as frustration grows over the lack of progress. Some have begun to view the billion-dollar industry as a DEI industrial complex, where money is made yet the status quo remains unchanged. Effective DEI work requires balancing optimistic aspirations for the future with a commitment to taking responsibility for immediate, measurable outcomes. Measurable progress matters more than good intentions. Aspirations alone are too vague for proper interpretation and execution. The demographic and structural realities of an organization reflect where the real DEI progress has been made. Leaders will need to devise strategies that simultaneously break down historical inequities, provide for individuals' unique needs and address stakeholder trust. The concept of diversity as simply variety of identity proves far too narrow. Diversity truly occurs when an organization creates a representative workforce that is widely perceived as accountable and trustworthy, especially by marginalized populations. Equity consists of a fair and just assessment of success and well-being for all stakeholders, without discrimination, mistreatment or abuse. Equity can be attained only by removing structural obstacles to its fulfillment. Inclusion often proves the most difficult of the three aspects of DEI to achieve, as it demands the creation of a respectful and accountable environment trusted by all stakeholders, particularly vulnerable groups. This is accomplished through measures that counteract inequities. True DEI demands organizational accountability through actions that address current and historical inequities and accommodate the unique needs of diverse individuals, groups and organizations. Any strategy for achieving inclusion is valid if it results in the outcome of stakeholders trusting that an environment is respectful and accountable. 5 key questions can guide DEI work. Does everyone know and agree with what the DEI work aims to achieve? What will the DEI work do for all stakeholders, including employees, customers and the environment? What role will the firm's most powerful people play? Does everyone share common beliefs about how to approach identity and difference? And what does success look like? Invite widespread buy-in to your DEI initiatives to mitigate backlash. What we now call the DEI industry is precisely the result of decades worth of push and pull between the forces of accountability and avoidance, morals and profits, transparency and opacity, and hope and cynicism. Despite its history of failure over decades, DEI initiatives can work by holding practitioners and organizations accountable for collecting data and attaching outcomes to business objectives, namely, measurable improvements in DEI outcomes. Practitioners must also avoid repeating mistakes of the past, such as using the implicit association test to show white people they harbor unconscious racism. Instead, interventions that protect individuals' self-image, such as helping people gain perspective and making inclusion a social norm, can help reduce backlash. Complex, thoughtful initiatives can create lasting positive change and impact, where simplistic solutions failed. Move beyond performative DEI. To create real change and progress in DEI, organizations must prioritize outcomes that make a substantive difference, such as improving people's health, well-being and success, while reducing discrimination for all stakeholders, including employees, contractors, communities and the environment. Beware of performative DEI, that is, actions that lack authenticity and appear insincere. Performative leadership, for example, might occur when a person wears a Black Lives Matter pin but doesn't take substantive actions, or wears a rainbow t-shirt during Pride Month but fails to speak up when a colleague makes a homophobic slur. Whether an action is considered performative or not depends in part on the level of trust stakeholders have in the person or organization behind the action. But trust in organizations has decreased over time due to a lack of accountability and a history of unfulfilled pledges and commitments, including those that fall under the Corporate Social Responsibility (CSR) banner. This has led to skepticism and cynicism towards corporate DEI efforts that lack tangible outcomes. Modern CSR has morphed from a tool to make change into a tool used to sustain and obscure the status quo. For DEI to succeed, organizations must understand the role that trust plays in inspiring workforce participation, fostering communication, and engaging stakeholders. Trust levels are shaped by an organization's history of handling conflict, controversy, and harm. Assess it formally by surveying stakeholders' confidence in an organization's willingness and ability to achieve equity, or informally by observing the proportion of the workforce that expresses skepticism or cynicism. Trust constitutes the foundation of change. DEI in high-trust environments can follow a straightforward path. In a high-trust environment, approach DEI change in cycles. First, prepare and assess the current situation, then implement your strategy. Employ storytelling and careful experimentation. Make progress through iterations. Celebrate success and repeat the cycle. Achieving DEI requires that you understand your organization inside and out, that you accurately conceptualize the arc of change-making with the level of trust you're working with, and that you solve the right problems. In medium trust environments, maintain current levels of trust while pursuing change. Peer leaders must strike a balance between the linear DEI roadmap applied to high-trust environments with ongoing efforts to increase trust. Do this by aligning leaders' success with DEI success. Form DEI councils for accountability, empower stakeholders, and take a gradual approach that scales as trust grows. In low-trust environments, prioritize rebuilding it to become a medium-trust environment, whether through DEI or other organizational changes. Accelerate trust building through power sharing and involving disadvantaged stakeholders. Leverage 6 types of power wisely to improve DEI outcomes. Power resides in systems and in each employee, not just senior leaders and executives. The ability to influence individuals and outcomes constitutes power. Employees and executives exercise 6 forms of power. Formal power is derived from your position of authority. Reward power comes from your influence over employee compensation, bonuses, raises, and other incentive programs. Coercive power gives you the authority to punish people. Expert power is based on the knowledge and expertise you bring to the organization. Informational power is obtained from what you know about what is going on in your company and related environments. Referent power is based on your social skills and ability to influence others. We cannot ignore power, because if we do not choose to act on power, power will always act and be exercised on us in some shape and form. To contribute to positive DEI outcomes, use these types of power wisely, with an understanding of your organization's structure, culture, and strategy. Honor everyone's identity and scrap divisive labels. Leaders must acknowledge the significance of identity in shaping the lives of individuals, especially marginalized populations. People's identity, including their race, gender, sexuality, religion, age, nationality, and class, has a profound impact on their decisions and behavior. Ignoring these impacts often causes harm. Some DEI practitioners present socially privileged identities in a negative light, but this can lead to defensiveness and backlash from those whose participation is critical to the success of the movement. No racists, no anti-racists. We should scrap these labels because there's no compelling or consistent way to define them. Their pursuit and avoidance tend to drive unhelpful behaviors, and they don't do us good at scale. To overcome these challenges, leaders should adopt a responsible, positive, and accountable approach to inclusive behavior. Link inclusive practices to personal and professional responsibility and to workplace systems. View all social identities as value neutral or positive. Identity should be treated as a language in which leaders can gain proficiency. By approaching identity as part of a larger DEI toolbox, leaders can better engage stakeholders and navigate DEI challenges. Build coalitions of people working across 7 interdependent roles. Successful DEI demands systemic, cultural change that proves impossible without a massive, concerted effort carried out by employees at all levels engaged in 7 key roles. Each of these roles proves essential for movement success. Advocates initiate discussions on sensitive issues and bring energy to change initiatives. Educators use information to empower stakeholders to make change. Organizers bring groups together to achieve their goals. Strategists provide a comprehensive view and facilitate decision-making. Backers provide resources, support and legitimacy to movements. Builders create new policies, processes and practices. Reformers improve existing capacities and use of resources. Movements fail when they fail to activate even one of the roles. A person's formal role in an organization can guide their involvement in DEI change. Individual contributors should act as advocates and organizers, managers as backers and short-term builders, while senior leaders serve as backers, strategists, advocates and reformers. DEI professionals and groups prove most effective as educators, builders and reformers. DEI movements are best organized through coalitions. The interdependence of DEI roles requires that movements engage many people and create coalitions of individuals who may not agree on every aspect of the movement but support its core goals. These informal coalitions may not be perfect, but they can be highly effective when united around a common purpose. Move your organization through 4 stages of DEI maturity. DEI organizational maturity progresses through 4 stages. 1. Level 1. Focus on building trust before you attempt to achieve any large-scale DEI outcomes. 2. Level 2. Work to secure resources and a commitment from leadership. This boosts trust and establishes the foundation for future DEI initiatives. 3. Level 3. Collect extensive data through surveys, focus groups and employee feedback. 4. Level 4. Garner the dedication, political support, trust and momentum needed to carry out actions that will provide long-term DEI benefits. 4. Success at this stage helps generate more trust and momentum. Takeaways. 1. The sprawling DEI industrial complex has largely failed to deliver. 2. Measurable progress matters more than good intentions. 3. Invite widespread buy-in to your DEI initiatives to mitigate backlash. 4. Move beyond performative DEI. 5. Trust constitutes the foundation of change. 6. Leverage 6 types of power wisely to improve DEI outcomes. 7. Honor everyone's identity and scrap divisive labels. 8. Build coalitions of people working across 7 interdependent roles. 9. Move your organization through 4 stages of DEI maturity. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe this channel for more videos.